I'm on my way to a first date with somebody that I've never met before. And my younger brother is in town for the holidays, and we were discussing the details of how I know this person and what the plans were for the evening. And too much of it sounded sketch, and so he is going to go with me. He's going to drive me there, and then sit across the bar as this random stranger that I don't know, and just make sure everything is okay. So we'll see how it goes. He could be right. Some of it is a little weird. Some of the things that have been said are a little strange. This shows you how bored I am right now. So we're going to go check it out and see how it goes, and I will get on here and give you guys an update later.
And this is the harsh reality of attempting to date in your 50s. And this is why I constantly encourage the younger females out there in the world to not take this very, very destructive path. Do not buy into the mainstream narrative, what they're feeding you. Oh, you'll be single forever, and life is going to be gravy. Life is going to be a bowl of cherries as long as I stay single. No, because this is what you have to look forward to, ladies. Right? I want you to take notice of all of these middle-aged women who are likely the age of your parents, who are still out there, single, alone, unmarried, trying to make a go of it in the dating market as a 50-year-old, competing against 20-year-olds. You don't want to be there. And as you saw in this chick's minor rant about her upcoming date, her online date, she is having to take her brother along. Right? She's having to take her brother along to spy on her to make sure she's gonna be okay. Because apparently the guy she was talking to that she met online was saying some things that were a little sketchy, a little weird. He was being a little suspicious, and she's worried for her safety. So she has to bring her younger brother along, who's only in town for a few days, to kind of play bodyguard while she goes on this date and sees if this guy is even worth seeing again. I mean, this is the type of shit show, literally the type of shit show you'll be dealing with as a female trying to date in your 50s. And this also goes for these chicks trying to date in their 40s. Right? It just gets worse and worse the older you get, ladies. This is why you don't want to be out there doing this kind of stuff in your 50s. It's sad, man. It's sad, right? I mean, I've said a number of times, dating is not designed to work for women beyond the age of 30, and really beyond the age of 25, if we're really being honest. It's not designed to work in your favor any longer. For men, we can go on and on, right? The older we get, as long as we maintain our financial status, we're, maintain ourselves physically as much as we can, right? Stay in good shape. We can continue to be out there dating hotties. Right? It's not a big deal. A lot of these hotties will still want to marry us, especially if the older we get, they want to marry us, right? Whereas for females, a lot of these dudes, after you've crossed that age of 25, once your looks start to decline, your bargaining power starts to decline, and you don't have as much leverage anymore, and you can't get the same quality of dudes that you were able to get earlier, right? Decades earlier. I can guarantee when this chick was, not 55, back when she was 25, I guarantee she did not have to drag her brother along on these dates to play bodyguard for her, to spy on her while she goes out with some weird, creepy dude she met online. She didn't have to do that. Why? Because she was probably getting some higher value guys back then who probably had a job, pretty good looking dude, offered to take care of her, but she was like, nope, not good enough. I'm going to stay on this carousel or ride it out, chase my career. That's what I want to do, because that's what I've been taught to do. And now you see the result of this, right? You see the results of this. And every study on the planet will tell you that women, since feminism started in the 60s, right? Third wave feminism. Since the dawn of that, women have become less and less happier over time, right? As each decade has passed, women have become less happier. if you really want this to become you in the future, and you're a young girl, I would make a different choice right now. I would probably stop listening to all your little girlfriends and all the mainstream narrative right now telling you that, oh, just go off on your own, girl. You don't need anybody. You can do it all by yourself. Throw all that out by the wayside and find yourself a good partner so you don't end up dragging your kid brother along to your dates when you're 50 years old. Anyway, let's go ahead and crack into the next coaching video, guys. The next video, I should say, of another 50-year-old woman who's having a similar experience. Roll the clip.
Let's get something straight. Just because somebody is intimidated does not mean that you are intimidating. That's a them problem, not a you problem.
So this middle-aged woman is saying that guys don't want to date her because she's too intimidating. They're intimidated by her. And you know what? There is some truth to that. I mean, yeah, sure, a lot of it is just an excuse, right? Because they don't want to date her. It's just kind of a nice way of saying I'm not interested in you. Because if the chick was super hot, the guy would, he wouldn't care if he was intimidated. He'd just go for it. But it's a nice excuse because she's older, but there is some truth to it. They're such ball breakers that most guys just don't want to put up with that. And I'm sure she probably exposed some of those traits in her online dating profile. She probably created a list of prerequisites that guys need to fulfill in order to contact her. Bragged about her job, her little previous corporate career, and oh, I'm in management and all this stuff. Guys don't care about that. We don't care about that stuff, ladies. It's so hilarious how these girls are like, oh, he's intimidated by my job, my money. It's like, no, we don't care about that. All we care about is how hot you are, how youthful you are, how feminine you are, and then beyond that, be a good person, have a good personality, be great company. That's really all we care about. We're not intimidated by the fact that you have some corner office at your company. We don't care. I don't care personally. Big deal, right? So what? That was her little excuse, or the excuse she got from the guy who she thought she had a date with. This guy doesn't even want to try. He was like, too intimidating for me. I'm just going to cut the cord now. When you stay out there, this is what you have to look forward to. A lot of females don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe that this is true. But you see just thousands of these types of videos with middle-aged women complaining about how difficult it is to date in their 50s. What lack of common sense do you have where you don't think that could potentially happen to you if you stay single? Let's roll on to the third and final video of tonight, and it's just more of the same. So roll the clip.
Is anyone else over 50 finding just the whole idea of dating just a nightmare? I had a date today, this afternoon, and washed my hair, picked my outfit, planned it all, had a massive anxiety attack, cancelled, blocked, just panicked. I don't know if I want to date or not. I just don't know. Sometimes I think that'd be really nice to have somebody, and then other times I just think, oh, I'm so set in my ways. Am I too old to settle down? Anybody? Advice? Shared experiences?
So this 50-year-old woman is basically admitting the fact that she is set in her ways, right? She is set in her ways, and she doesn't even know if she wants a dating partner at this point. Why? Because that would mean she would need to compromise a little bit. Maybe I can't always go to my favorite restaurant. I need to compromise and go to his favorite restaurant too. It means I can't always watch my television programs. I need to compromise and watch his television programs too. And that's the thing about dating middle-aged women, or even women, and basically females beyond the age of 20. You're going to start dealing with this more and more, where these chicks just become more and more set in their ways, set in their schedules and their comfort zones. and they're not really willing to venture out of that. And it's kind of like, okay, if you want to date me, you got to adapt to me. You got to adapt to what I like. You got to do what I like. You got to do what I say. What guy wants to get involved in that? What joy is that? That's no fun. Why even bother dating if that's the case? She's admitting she's set in her ways, like a lot of women at that age are, and even younger than her. Again, if they're beyond their ages, beyond the age of 20, at their 20s, right? If they're beyond that, they are set in their ways, and that is one thing that I can't deal with, right? As you know, as an older guy beyond my 20s, I don't want to deal with somebody who's set in their ways. Right, because I'm pretty flexible, I'm pretty spontaneous, I like taking trips at the drop of a hat, like doing things that are spontaneous, and I like people to follow my lead. And if no one wants to follow my lead, I'm happy to go on my own. All right, I'm happy to go on my own, but luckily my girl follows my lead, right? She knows how to be feminine, she knows how to be supportive, she knows how to back me up. But fast forward, if this same chick was like 30 years older, and, you know, I mean, I can imagine she'd be set in her ways too, and I probably wouldn't want to date her at that point. I'm like, okay, well, probably not going to work out. But this is the reality of dating these middle-aged females that are still on the dating market, that have not sealed a deal with any guy. They stay out there, and they just live out this kind of depressing reality, right? It's kind of like just depressing to watch, because, you know, it's like, why aren't you at home with your husband? Why aren't you at home, like, you know, doing couple things together, right? Why aren't you, you know, spending time together? I mean, why are you still out there, right? It's like my parents are still married after all these years. They celebrated their 50th year anniversary a few years back, and they still do things together. They still, you know, converse together. They're still able to share things together. They're not, like, going out there on the, I mean, I can't even imagine, like, either one of my parents being, like, trying to do online dating. I mean, it's like, even to order something, they need to ask me, like, hey, can you order this thing on Amazon for me? I don't know how to do it. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But, I mean, I can't even imagine, right? But these chicks, like, they're still out there because they didn't seal the deal when they should have, right? When they should have. It's like a little too much ego, a little much too bravado when they were younger, a little too much chest pounding, me. And you know where that ends up getting you? It ends up getting you with exactly that 30 years later. Me, and only me, and nobody wants to be with me. As always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video and then, you know, these depressing videos that we just watched of these middle-aged 50-year-old women who can't find a dating partner. I mean, just can't find a normal guy, and are having to deal with these weird, creepy guys online, apparently, from what they were saying. Let me know your thoughts below. Share your experiences below. And I love to see you guys in my comments, and I love to read them. I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from The 33 Secrets, signing out here from my garage with the DeLorean. And don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you subscribe, so please make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well, so it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and my students all over the world are out there cold approaching every single day. And I kid you not, every single day we're making things happen, and I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. It's just $1. It's really easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.